I know you have to put left the stick. I know you have to put back up, I
Oh my God!
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Oh yeah.
Y'all, take a breath, because what just surfaced is about to rock everything. The internet is spiraling, timelines are melting down, and the temperature on this story is scorching. 50 Cent just stepped on the gas, dragging Papoose into the spotlight in a way nobody saw coming. And make no mistake, this isn't harmless chatter or messy rumors. This is deception, emotional fallout, and a controversy threatening to fracture the hip-hop landscape. At the center of it all stands Clarissa Shields, someone who believed commitment meant truth and loyalty meant protection. But behind the scenes, Papoose was moving with intention, and not the honest kind. While Clarissa was emotionally invested, fully locked in, Papoose was quietly rotating holidays, family time, and appearances with Remy Ma, never telling Clarissa the full story. Now, the curtain is being ripped back. 50 Cent is laying it bare, painting a picture of calculated behavior, suggesting this connection was never rooted in love, but driven by exposure, leverage, and personal gain. Everything detonated the second 50 hit post. Clips flooded feeds, AI recreations went viral, and ruthless commentary dissected every contradiction, every double move, every moment that didn't add up. Clarissa's hurt is no longer private, her emotions are undeniable, and the public is watching each layer unravel in real time. The question echoing everywhere is simple but brutal. Was any of it real, or was Clarissa always just part of the strategy? And just when it seemed the chaos had peaked, Remy Ma's response shifted the energy even further, calling out Papoose publicly, questioning his money moves, and indirectly reinforcing 50 Cent's position of control. Arguments are dominating timelines, hashtags are climbing fast, and the digital streets are locked in. Hashtag Clarissa exposed, hashtag Papoose manipulates. Y'all, this isn't just another headline. This is emotional wreckage, exposed intentions, and
Yeah, it's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
And the king can have many wives. He can have as many wives as he can take care of. And I don't believe in the white man's laws and regulations and marriage license, honey. If you a king and you able to take care of all your wives equally,
that takes time. Like it's a divorce. It's not something that just happens overnight. You know what I'm saying? But people's life don't stop because of that. You know what I mean? It's papers, it's time, it's all this stuff that gotta happen. But at the end of the day, we move forward with our lives. Like
I wish you the best.
For sure.
We got some great, amazing things going on. And like I said, this is my
strap in, because what's about to unravel is straight disorder, emotional wreckage, deception, and a fallout so loud it forces the internet to freeze mid-scroll. The digital storm of 2026 didn't slowly build, it detonated. And at the center of the blast stands Papoose, fully exposed. For years, he curated the persona of a devoted partner, a present father, a respected figure in hip-hop. But now, with one calculated push, that polished image is collapsing in real time. Clarissa Shields, the woman who trusted him, invested in him, and believed in the version he sold, is the emotional epicenter of this implosion. While she leaned into what she thought was something real, Papoose was quietly maneuvering, operating with intention, not guided by love or loyalty, but by advantage, visibility, and self-interest. The internet showed no mercy. The moment 50 Cent unleashed his AI-driven clips and razor-sharp captions, the chaos caught fire. Timelines flooded instantly. Memes multiplied, reactions escalated, and commentary spread uncontrollably. Every post magnified the same contradiction, Papoose emotionally entangling Clarissa while simultaneously carving out holiday moments, Christmas included, with his daughter and Remy Ma. The contrast was ruthless. Clarissa was emotionally present, sincere, and committed, while he positioned himself strategically, maximizing attention and benefit wherever possible. Viewers were stunned. They watched the emotional collapse unfold live, tweets stacking up, Instagram stories looping, TikTok edits reinforcing the same conclusion. Papoose wasn't just unfaithful, he was methodical. A manipulator moving pieces with intention, treating Clarissa like a temporary role in a longer game. Used for relevance, discarded for convenience, the internet declared. Each clip zoomed in on his body language, amplified his expressions, and reframed past interactions as calculated performances rather than genuine connection. Then Clarissa broke her silence, and her words cut through everything. She spoke about a familiar pattern: powerful men exploiting driven, independent women for emotional support, public credibility. Strap in, because what's about to unravel is straight disorder, emotional wreckage, deception, and a fallout so loud it forces the internet to freeze mid-scroll. The digital storm of 2026 didn't slowly build, it detonated. And at the center of the blast stands Papoose, fully exposed. For years, he curated the persona of a devoted partner, a present father, a respected figure in hip-hop. But now, with one calculated push, that polished image is collapsing in real time. Clarissa Shields, the woman who trusted him, invested in him, and believed in the version he sold, is the emotional epicenter of this implosion. While she leaned into what she thought was something real, Papoose was quietly maneuvering, operating with intention, not guided by love or loyalty, but by advantage, visibility, and self-interest. The internet showed no mercy. The moment 50 Cent unleashed his AI-driven clips and razor-sharp captions, the chaos caught fire. Timelines flooded instantly. Memes multiplied, reactions escalated, and commentary spread uncontrollably. Every post magnified the same contradiction: Papoose emotionally entangling Clarissa while simultaneously carving out holiday moments, Christmas included, with his daughter and Remy Ma. The contrast was ruthless. Clarissa was emotionally present, sincere, and committed, while he positioned himself strategically, maximizing attention and benefit wherever possible. Viewers were stunned. They watched the emotional collapse unfold live, tweets stacking up, Instagram stories looping, TikTok edits reinforcing the same conclusion. Papoose wasn't just unfaithful, he was methodical. A manipulator moving pieces with intention, treating Clarissa like a temporary role in a longer game. Used for relevance, discarded for convenience, the internet declared. Each clip zoomed in on his body language, amplified his expressions, and reframed past interactions as calculated performances rather than genuine connection. Then Clarissa broke her silence, and her words cut through everything. She spoke about a familiar pattern: powerful men exploiting driven, independent women for emotional support, public credibility, and sometimes money. No theatrics. No over-explaining. Just truth, raw and heavy. Her statement hit harder than any edit. Hashtags surged instantly, hashtag Clarissa exposed, hashtag Papoose manipulates, as screenshots, clips, and commentary flooded feeds. This was no longer about trolling or entertainment. It had shifted into a public reckoning rooted in emotional damage and betrayal. 50 Cent escalated without hesitation. His posts didn't just attack character, they outlined behavior, reckless money moves, gambling patterns, and a history that suggested this wasn't an isolated incident but a cycle. Every caption felt deliberate. Every drop reinforced the same theme: exploitation wrapped in romance. Papoose tried to push back, firing off AI clips and dragging up old narratives involving 50's past, but the audience wasn't convinced. The deflection fell flat. People saw through it. They saw a man extracting value from someone who offered sincerity, and the timing, especially the holidays spent elsewhere, made it impossible to excuse. The emotional gravity was undeniable. Clarissa's pain became communal, magnified by every repost and stitched reaction. Gossip platforms and so-called analysts dissected the fallout frame by frame. Papoose, once labeled respectable in certain circles, was now rebranded as calculated and self-serving. His reputation cracked publicly, leaving him exposed to ridicule, scrutiny, and long-term damage. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's grip on the narrative only tightened, proving once again his ability to turn personal collapse into viral spectacle. Remy Ma's presence complicated everything further. Her pointed remarks, subtle jabs, and direct critiques added fuel, resurfacing conversations about Papoose's financial instability and decision-making. The message sharpened. While Clarissa gave trust and emotional access, he moved with calculation, leaving devastation behind. Social media wasn't just observing, it was amplifying, arguing, and spreading the narrative across every platform imaginable. Every post, every edit, every viral thread drove the same truth deeper. This wasn't light celebrity drama. This was emotional manipulation exposed in full view. Clarissa's heartbreak, Papoose's opportunism, and 50 Cent's relentless pressure created a story that felt uncomfortably real and impossible to look away from. The question echoed everywhere: was Clarissa ever loved, or was she simply a step in someone else's climb? What makes this tragic isn't just the scandal, it's the exploitation happening in public. A woman who offered honesty is humiliated before millions. A man once admired is stripped of his image. And 50 Cent remains untouched, orchestrating the chaos with surgical precision. This chapter isn't the end, it's the opening act. The audience is locked in, watching closely, waiting to see whether Papoose attempts a comeback or fades into silence, leaving damage behind him. This isn't casual gossip. This is volatile, aggressive, emotionally loaded storytelling unfolding in real time. Every reaction intensifies the moment. Every meme sharpens the narrative. The fallout is massive, the emotions are real, and the shock factor is undeniable. Even longtime hip-hop watchers are left stunned. And one thing is clear, the story involving Clarissa Shields, Papoose, and 50 Cent is nowhere near finished. The fallout didn't fade, it multiplied. Instead of cooling down, the backlash hit its peak like an explosion. Clarissa Shields' name flooded every platform, her heartbreak dissected post by post, while clips replayed Papoose's behavior on a relentless loop. This wasn't passive viewing anymore. People were furious, stunned, emotionally locked in. Memes multiplied, threads stretched endlessly, commentary moved at breakneck speed. What began as chatter had mutated into a full-scale viral phenomenon, and there was no escape from it. Each revelation, that Clarissa was emotionally invested while Papoose chased visibility, comfort, and advantage alongside his daughter and Remy Ma, landed hard. The betrayal felt personal. Viewers didn't just observe Clarissa's pain, they absorbed it. The manipulation, the emotional control, the calculated imbalance, everything 50 Cent exposed felt disturbingly clear. 50 Cent applied pressure without restraint. AI edits, looping clips, and viral memes took over feeds, spotlighting every deliberate choice Papoose had made. His expressions were slowed down, his smiles reframed, his public moments with Clarissa reinterpreted as performance. Captions cut deep, attention gained, loyalty discarded. Millions consumed it instantly. The reaction was visceral, disbelief mixed with anger as people processed the pattern unfolding in front of them. Each clip felt like testimony. Frame by frame, the narrative presented Papoose not as confused or careless, but intentional, driven by self-interest, optics, and gain. Clarissa's response shifted the energy entirely. Her words became a rallying cry. She spoke plainly, naming a truth many recognized. Women who are disciplined, independent, and sincere are often exploited for emotional labor and credibility. She described giving fully to something she believed was mutual, only to realize it was built on illusion. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Hashtags searched, hashtag Clarissa exposed, hashtag Papoose manipulates, dominating timelines. Fans replayed interactions, reanalyzed gestures, reinterpreted smiles. Her pain was unmistakable. It wasn't dramatized, it was exposed. And every repost, every comment reinforced the same conclusion. This was emotional betrayal laid bare. Papoose attempted to respond, but nothing landed. Old narratives about 50 Cent resurfaced, defensive posts went up, explanations followed, but they were swallowed whole by the volume of evidence circulating against him. "I never intended to hurt her" became a phrase mocked across platforms, repeated ironically, stripped of meaning. Each attempt to explain only widened the gap between his words and the reality being presented. His once polished image cracked further with every post, unraveling in real time. Remy Ma's presence intensified the fallout. Without direct accusations, her pointed remarks reopened old conversations, missed support, financial issues, emotional absence. The implication was unmistakable. This wasn't about one situation, it was about a pattern. The contrast sharpened, Clarissa's sincerity against Papoose's convenience-driven decisions. The audience stayed glued, pulled between empathy and disgust. Every interaction, every share, escalated the emotional temperature. Commentators reframed the situation entirely. What they saw wasn't random chaos, it was a case study. A man who spent years cultivating an image of loyalty and principle, now revealed to have worn it strategically. 50 Cent hadn't just exposed moments, he had dismantled a persona. AI edits, captions, and raw testimony functioned like evidence, building a public case in real time. Then more stories surfaced. Alleged patterns. Financial recklessness. Emotional exploitation repeating itself. Each new detail added gravity. Clarissa's heartbreak transformed into something symbolic, a stand-in for every person who had trusted the wrong image. Social media evolved into a courtroom, and Papoose's reputation sat at the center. The debate intensified. Was there ever real affection, or was every move calculated for relevance and gain? Each viral post pushed the answer further in one direction. The content didn't slow. Memes, edits, clips, everything kept circulating. Subtle moments from the past were dragged forward, exaggerated, re-examined. Captions accused greed, control, and emotional abuse. There was no room left for denial. Public opinion hardened. Defenses dissolved under the sheer volume of reaction. Clarissa Shields emerged changed but unbroken. Her tone remained composed, her message clear. She reclaimed her story publicly, refusing to be reduced to a footnote in someone else's climb. Support poured in. Her posts traveled fast, shared by people who recognized the pain behind them. The story crossed platforms, borders, timelines. The emotional impact only deepened. Then came visible anger from Papoose, leaked frustration, reactive captions, blame aimed outward. This didn't need to be public. She misunderstood me. The audience rejected it outright. Each clip reinforced the same image, someone exposed, lashing out after losing control. Clarissa's heartbreak became viral shorthand for betrayal, echoing across feeds. Consensus formed quickly. This wasn't entertainment alone, it was exposure. A lesson in power, manipulation, and public accountability. AI clips, captions, and lived emotion fused into something undeniable. Clarissa's pain resonated far beyond celebrity culture. And Papoose's opportunism, once hidden behind image, stood fully illuminated. The story refused to end. Speculation grew. Would there be an apology? A retreat? Silence? Would Clarissa move forward stronger, reclaiming her voice entirely? Audiences stayed locked in, waiting, reacting, invested. This had grown beyond gossip. It was a public reckoning, betrayal dissected, exploitation exposed, emotion amplified by scale. Millions watched as each viral moment acted like sworn testimony. Clarissa Shields' heartbreak, Papoose's unraveling, and 50 Cent's relentless pressure combined into something unforgettable. As attention lingered, nothing felt resolved. The narrative remained volatile, alive, and charged. Clarissa stood as the embodiment of truth spoken too late but heard loudly. Papoose's image lay fractured, and 50 Cent's command of exposure culture was undeniable. The moment had reached full saturation, shock, outrage, fascination, all colliding at once. This saga etched itself permanently into viral history. Betrayal, ambition, manipulation, exposure played out before millions. The world kept watching, sharing, debating, ensuring that Clarissa's heartbreak and Papoose's exposed opportunism would echo long after the feeds refreshed. Buckle up, because what just went down between 50 Cent, Papoose, and Clarissa Shields isn't over, it's only getting started. Fans are still reeling from every shocking revelation, every viral clip, and every AI-generated video exposing Papoose's manipulative ways. Clarissa poured her heart into a relationship that was never real, emotionally invested in a man who spent holidays and Christmas with Remy Ma and his daughter, treating her like a stepping stone for fame and fortune. Social media exploded as memes, captions, and viral threads dissected every move, leaving no room for doubt. Papoose's opportunism is fully exposed. 50 Cent didn't just drop commentary. He delivered a lesson in accountability, holding a mirror up to Papoose's hypocrisy. Each post, each meme, each clip screamed the truth that fans couldn't ignore. This wasn't love, this was exploitation. Public outrage, shock, and disbelief reached fever pitch as the world watched Clarissa's heartbreak play out in real time, turning private pain into public spectacle. Analysts, fans, and gossip channels all chimed in, dissecting the betrayal, the greed, and the abuse, cementing Papoose's opportunistic reputation forever. But this saga isn't just about heartbreak, it's about power, influence, and the consequences of manipulation. Fans are now demanding answers. Will Papoose respond? Will Clarissa rise above and reclaim her narrative? And what's next from 50 Cent, the man who exposed it all with surgical precision? Every like, share, and comment keeps this story alive, making it a viral phenomenon. This is the kind of scandal that shakes the internet to its core, leaving viewers stunned, emotional, and hungry for every next update. Don't blink, because every new post, every new clip, every reaction could escalate the drama even further. Keep your eyes glued, your notifications on, and stay tuned. This is one story that will continue to shock, break hearts, and dominate the headlines. The world is watching, and the fallout is far from over.